G'day guys. The GB300 is a pretty amazing handheld for the price, but one of the things it lacks is a headphone socket. I'd been wanting to add a headphone socket to this for around a year now, and I just never gotten around to it. But since this cheap little handheld can now play MP3s and videos, I thought there's never been a better time to try and mod a headphone socket in. I haven't actually tested this yet, so I don't even know if there's enough space inside the GB300 to fit a headphone socket, but we'll give it a go anyway. I am doing somewhat of a lazy mod for this, where we're just going to be tapping off the speaker, but if done successfully, it should automatically switch off the internal speaker when headphones are connected, and the volume wheel should still work for both the speaker and our headphones. The headphone socket I've chosen today is just one that I could get locally in Jaycar, but it is a 5-pole switching 3.5mm socket. You should be able to find them online by searching for that, but they also seem to be called PJ-324M on Amazon. Jaycar just calls them a 3.5mm stereo switched PCB socket. If you are buying them locally from Jaycar, they do go for around $2 Australian. We'll also need some thin wire. I've just got this rainbow one I picked up quite a while ago. You just peel off the individual strands. As far as tools go, we'll need a small screwdriver to actually disassemble the GB300, and some flush cutters to trim away any plastic that we need to. We'll also need a small drill bit so we can drill a hole in the case to access our headphone socket. It looks like the headphone socket itself is around 5.5mm, but I'll be using a 6mm today since that's the closest one I have. And we'll obviously need a soldering iron to solder everything together. As always, if you're wanting to try this yourself, do it at your own risk since there is always a chance you'll break something. Let's get into it. So we'll just start by taking the battery cover off and the battery out, and then removing these 4 screws so we can actually lift the back half of our GB300 off. With all the screws and our battery out, we should just be able to lift the back cover off. Just be careful since the speaker is still connected. So you don't want to rip that off, although we do have a soldering iron. There we go. And I did rip the speaker wire off. Not a huge problem since we will be unsoldering it anyway. So next we need to find somewhere our headphone socket will actually fit. Unfortunately, there's not too much free space inside the GB300. I was hoping to rest it here behind the screen, but it is just way too thick. Taking a look at the back half of the case, we have the most space near the battery at the bottom. And it does seem to rest in there nicely. I was able to tape this here inside the case and put it back together with no issues, so I think that's where we're going to be mounting it today. Actually, it will be on this side since it is going to be flipped over. So we're going to be putting it on the bottom left corner of our PCB. If we do want to mount it here, we do have to chop this little plastic peg off down the bottom, just so it can sit flush against. As you can see, it won't let it sit flush. And also the positive power pin is sticking up a fair bit. So we would also need to chop that off to make it a bit more flush. I think before we start hacking up the case though, I think it's worth soldering in our headphone socket just to make sure everything works as intended. I have made a pretty simple diagram in Microsoft Paint. Over 6,000 hours was spent on this. So on the left we've got our GB300. It says top and bottom, and that just refers to the speaker pads here. So the top one and the bottom one. Again with the speaker, I'm just referring to the top and bottom solder pads when the speaker's facing like this. And finally on the right hand side we've got our headphone socket itself. We're going to be wiring the top pin from the GB300, so this one here, to these 2 pads. So the far right and the far left pins will both go to the top pin on the GB300. The top pin on the speaker will go to both the very bottom right and the inner left pins on the headphone socket. We're also going to comment all grounds together. So the bottom GB300 pin and the bottom speaker pin both go to ground. I'll put this dinky little image down in the description below, so hopefully it does help you out if you are doing this yourself. So we've finished soldering it up exactly how it was shown in the diagram. I think we should power it on and make sure it still works. We don't need to flip it over, we're just listening for the sound. Not too sure if you can hear it, but the speaker is working. Perfect. I'll connect some headphones. It should turn the speaker off, hopefully. And the speaker is off, and it is blasting out of my headphones. So now we know the mod actually works. We'll power it back off, and we'll try and fit it somewhere neatly inside the case. So I still think down in the bottom left corner here is going to be the best spot for it. So we do have to trim this little peg, if you can see it sticking up. I'm just going to use my flush cutters. Just watch your eyes since these do have a tendency of exploding. You can see here the right tip is a little bit shorter than the left. It did just randomly explode one day. So make sure you're wearing safety glasses. So there's the bit of plastic. It's a little bit rough still. Might see if I can neaten that up a little bit. And then we also want to take the positive pin off. The one that's sticking up. Don't chop here, obviously. You just want that little pin that's sticking up at the end. This is stainless steel, so it's quite hard to chop. definitely watch your eyes with this one. I was able to get it off, thankfully. Didn't take my eye out, so that's always a good thing. And I may have made the wires a little bit too short, actually. It did. Oh no, it's just wrapped around. I might unsolder that, unwrap it, and resolder it. Perfect. See if I can slide it in now. Still a bit of a tight squeeze. There we go. And that looks good. We do want it sticking out a little bit so we can plug our headphones in. It's a bit hard to see, I do apologize. So that's where I'm thinking of actually putting it. Generally, the outer ring of the headphone socket is grounded, and that is the positive battery terminal. You don't want those two touching. So I'll probably put a little bit of tape over the battery terminal first and try and mount it there. That all looks pretty good. So all that's really left to do is to drill a small hole in the back of the case. So I'll try and line it up. This is the trickiest part, I think. I don't think it's going to come out perfect. I'm not really art and crafty, so I want to put it roughly where it's going to go. Line the case up, try and clamp it down. So I think that's the best I'm going to be able to get it. And all I'm going to do is grab something pointy and just scratch roughly where I want to drill. Just want to make a little mark. Probably better to mark it off before you solder to the headphone socket. There we go. So I think that looks good. I'll drill my hole there and we'll come back and hope for the best. So there's the horrible looking hole that I drilled. It's a little bit too high, so I'm just gonna cut those two sides off as well. I'll probably just use my flush cutters for that. There we go. Significantly worse, but let's see if it fits. I haven't taped it off yet, but I will. Also, you want to remove the little screw ring on the end of the headphone socket. I don't think we'll have enough clearance to actually use that. I put a little bit of sticky tape over that battery terminal, just for safety. Ideally, you would use maybe electrical tape or Captain tape if you have it. All I have is sticky tape at the moment though. And we'll put the speaker back in its little holder. Hopefully the wires aren't too thick. Perfect. And we'll see if it all fits. So that fits in nicely. I'm happy with that. I wonder if I can tape it to the case. That is really cool, actually. We'll see if we can put it back together carefully. So this is where you'd need a bit of glue. You would want to glue this in. So it's almost in. Unfortunately, I think I do need to drill the hole a little bit higher. So again, I won't use the drill. I'll just use these flush cutters. It's going to look terrible, but I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. We are pretty close though. It is almost fully closed up. If I don't close it all the way up, the R button doesn't work. L's fine, but R not so much. So I have put the case screws back in, but unfortunately it doesn't close perfectly. You can see there is still a fair bit of pressure on the PCB. That's not good for the PCB, but we'll see if it still works. I'll put the battery back in. L and R still work. So hopefully I haven't broken anything. We still have speaker sound. I'll plug headphones in, see if they still work. So there it is there. So I haven't glued the headphone socket in at all. It is just using pure pressure from the case. So hopefully it doesn't push too far in. It didn't move at all. There's no speaker sound, but there is headphone sound. So I would say this mod was a semi-success. I mean, it does still swap between internal and external, so that's good. It doesn't close all the way, but that is just because the headphone socket is a little bit too big. You can get slimmer headphone sockets, and I wish I would have went with one of them, but unfortunately they just don't sell them locally in JCar. I would have had to order online from somewhere like eBay, AliExpress, or even Mouser. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the headphone mod. Again, it's far from perfect. There is a big gap in there, and it's putting a fair bit of strain on the motherboard, but I don't think it's going to kill anything. As long as I don't crush it, I don't think anything will break. All the buttons still work. Let's make sure A and B still work. It's loading a game now. But yeah, all the buttons still work, including L and R, which is good. And the sound does switch from internal to headphones when I plug them in, so that's another win. I think if you're going to try this yourself, I would probably look around for a slimmer headphone socket. They definitely do exist. They are just harder to get locally for me at least. You could also do a Bluetooth mod instead of the traditional headphone socket, so you could use your Bluetooth headphones instead. The PCBs are usually quite small, so I think it would fit nicely inside here. Probably right next to the speaker up here. There was a little bit of free space. If you do end up trying this yourself, all I would recommend is going very slowly, making sure you don't short anything out, and just remember, measure twice, cut once. Although I don't think this looks that bad. I didn't need to drill it that high up, since it is still pressing against the PCB. So I could have had it a little bit nicer than that. I think I'll definitely revisit this in the future with a Bluetooth mod. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, or just want to make fun of my horrendous looking headphone socket, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.